If you've ever been influenced to buy supplements because someone online swore it changed their life, this episode is your wake-up call. From fat burners to detox teas, overpriced powders. The supplement industry is booming. But most of what you're buying is doing nothing for your goals. Today, I'm exposing the common supplements that are wasting your money and what actually does move the needle when it comes to health. It's going to be a good one. Grab your coffee, put away your wallets, and let's get into it.
A lot of fake news on supplements out there. A lot of BS.
There is. It drives me crazy.
Too much.
People put too much like credence into their supplements. It's a lot of what is it called? What is that called? Placebo effect. Yep. A lot of placebo effect. But before we get into it, because we do take supplements, by the way, so we're a little bit of pot calling the kettle black. But before we do, subscribe to us here on YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, candidly_with_coffee. And leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're going to put a QR code up on the screen, you guys. That QR code has all the links to all of our sponsors. And if you shop at any one of those, like Hero, MegaFit, One Up Nutrition, we'd appreciate if you use our code. You know, we also work with Transcend, which that's not supplements, but stuff that actually works, Transcend HRT. And the peptides and HRT, that's stuff that, legit. And if you use our link, you get 15% off for new patients. Quince, which I'm wearing a pink cashmere sweater from Quince today. I love Quince. I bought a lot of my new home stuff from Quince, but they also have a lot of really nice clothes and the really cute bathing suits, by the way. But anyways, we'd appreciate your support. That's what supports us for continuing to do this for you guys. So we do appreciate anyone that uses our links, because we do get a little commish, which is nice. I'm not going to lie.
Of course.
Full transparency.
Helps pay the bills, Helps us do this.
For sure.
Helps us invest in equipment and try to keep upping our game and giving you guys a better show.
Yeah, and the reason why I want to do this is because a lot of times for me, clients will want to be like, what supplements should I be taking? Right away, they're like, they want to take all the things. And I'm like, or they're so reluctant to spend on things they should, but they won't bat an eyelash to throw $100 at some fat burner pills or something like that. But they'll be like, oh my God, MegaFit meals are so expensive. It's food. You need it. And it's good and it's macro friendly and it's healthy and it's going to help you reach your goals. But you'll spend, $150 a month on collagen.
Yeah.
But you're freaking out about MegaFit meals?
On collagen.
So like, I think what you can do is list out all the things you're buying and like start scratching off the things you don't need and allocate that money to the things that are really going to move the needle, that are actually going to work. And then that's the kind of stuff that I want to talk about today, is what you shouldn't be wasting your money on. And then you could take that money and invest it in things like a coach, peptides and HRT, which are extremely effective. The few supplements that are actually very effective, and meal prep, things like that.
You'll be surprised. Do an audit after you listen to this episode. Like, seriously, do an audit. Just stop, take a minute, look at your account. You'll be surprised how much money you're spending eating out. Then start looking at how much money you're spending drinking coffee out every day. Mm-hmm. Things like that. Start doing an audit, and you'll be realize like, oh my God, they're right. I could afford MegaFit meals. A little bit more, I can afford a coach. Mm-hmm. It really, we haven't priced ourselves out. Actually, we're too cheap sometimes. We talk about that. We give you guys very good value.
I know.
We give you a lot of
fact.
information. We have a nice community in there. I mean, we provide above and beyond service.
Yeah. I pride myself on under promise, over deliver. That's what I like to do. But in terms of supplements, that's the opposite. They over promise, under deliver.
Always.
I'm always very honest. Yes, I take a lot of things, right? But full transparency, we're sponsored. So I had a conversation with a client recently where I said, look, I get XYZ allotted to me. And so I take all of these things. If I was purchasing these are the ones I would buy. These are the ones I'm going to spend my money on because I feel like they're worth it. The juice is worth the squeeze. If I had to purchase all of my supplements, I would like cut corners and, I wouldn't spend $700 a month on supplements. I just wouldn't.
No.
So like, for example, fat burners, no. Waste of money.
Waste.
Okay. Go get some cheap coffee. It's caffeine, basically.
That's it.
It's fat burner is a waste of money and they don't burn fat. It's bullshit.
It's a catchy phrase that's fake.
Detox teas, any of those resets, those like the proton fast, the this fast, the ketones fast, and they're extremely expensive. Waste of money. Any supplement that is part of an MLM company, waste of money.
Yes.
The reason for that is MLM companies, they're structured that so many people get a commission off your purchase, off your dollars. So many people above get a piece of your money that you used. Why don't you just go to a supplement store and cut out 6 of those people and just pay the retailer?
That's it.
And you get a supplement, you get a lot. That's why those MLM supplements are so expensive.
Yeah.
I remember I once did a video on the collagen or whatever, like an MLM collagen company. People are like, oh, my collagen. It's outrageously priced collagen. Collagen is overhyped.
Overhyped.
Yeah. Might you get over time, you're going to get some benefits from taking collagen? Yes. I'm not going to say no. But when you hear people that are into their collagen, they'll be like, I forgot to take my collagen this morning. My elbows are hurting. No.
Wrong.
Okay. It's not like that. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah. They think it's going to like fix their knee issue or something.
That's more like a peptide that it's a targeted little messenger. You inject it in. It goes right to where it needs to go and does its thing. That's more of like that. It's kind of like when you do a local anesthesia, right? You put it in there, boom, this area gets numb. That's more of like what you're talking about. A collagen peptide powder that you forgot to take this morning is not going to make your knees hurt by the afternoon. But I hear that all the time.
It's in their head.
It's placebo.
No, peptides are the real thing. I've used it. I know. And it worked tremendously well for me.
Yeah. It just does not work. So like appetite suppressant pills and things like that, don't waste your money on those kind of things if you haven't tried doing those things naturally through your diet. Like you have to eat anyway. Learn to structure your meal so that you're going to get the natural appetite suppression. Walk after your meals to get the natural blood sugar drop and balancing of your blood sugar. And guess what? That's free. $0 to go walk 15 minutes. But you'll rather pay, some ungodly amount for some pill you take once a month, like $150 a month. Oh, this helps me. Why don't you just walk 15 minutes? You get more effective.
Way more effective. Not just more effective in losing weight, but more effective for your mental health, how good it feels.
Yeah, but more effective in what they're trying to do.
Yes.
So if you're trying to curb cravings, rather than go get a pill to curb cravings by eating a balanced meal that's high in fiber and walk 15 minutes after the meal, cravings curbed.
Gone.
Done. So
true.
A lot of times those pills and things that you take, they just mask hunger. They're not addressing the root cause.
No.
And so now you're eating a high fiber diet, you're feeding your gut, your healthy gut bacteria, you're doing more benefits than just suppressing your appetite. That's just one of the benefits. So I think appetite suppressants, no go.
No go.
Not and I'm talking about supplements, okay? Like a GNC supplements, not prescription medications, peptides. That's a different. We did a whole thing on peptides. I'm a firm believer in peptides. They're very effective. But here's the thing. A lot of people will be like, oh, Transcend or peptides, HRT, too expensive. Let me see your medicine cabinet. You buy this tea, that caffeine pill, these fat burner.
These mummy wraps and this and that.
All this shit. When if you did none of that and invest in like a good peptide with the thing that you want to work on the most, That's a more cost-effective thing to do. Shift your money to things that actually work, not these over-promise, under-delivering supplements.
True.
You know, so like one that someone will ask me like, oh, should I take L-carnitine? I mean, there are studies that support that L-carnitine does help. But when a supplement helps and works, what does that really mean? It means it might make like a 1% difference.
You're not going to feel it.
It's not significant. It's not a significant impact on your results. So you can take that $30, $40 a month and put it into your piggy bank and save up for something that is going to be more effective.
Yeah.
It's going to be more like 30%, 25%. It's going to really impact the way you feel and ultimately the way you look. Because whether I take my L-carnitine for me, like it has a little bit of appetite suppression and blah, blah, blah. And I'm sure that, you know, maybe a minuscule difference, but I'm just not going, and I take it because I have it sometimes. And
yeah.
But I'm not, I wouldn't hang my hat on it.
That's
no.
No. That's not.
No. Another one, BCAAs.
That's true.
No. Waste. Why? Because I eat enough protein.
That's it.
Supplements, this is why the problem, okay? People forgot what a supplement is. The word supplement means to supplement, to like, it's to plug holes in your nutrition, but it's not the primary resource. So it's supposed to supplement what you're already doing with your nutrition. The problem is people use supplements as an escape route, or they think like it's a quick fix. And they're using them incorrectly, because if you only plug holes, then you only need a few supplements, because you should only have a few holes to plug, not, you know, a sinking ship, because you should be doing things naturally through proper nutrition and exercise rather than just looking like, you know, to take a supplement for every single thing, right? It's the same I feel about prescription medication too. I feel like people use prescriptions to not deal with their lifestyle. Right? Oh, I'm going to eat like shit. I'm going to drink alcohol. I'm going to sleep like crap or whatever. And I'll just take a statin and blood pressure meds and this and that. How about you do what you can within your control and then only do what you need to, because there are certain things out of your control or certain things you just need a little help with. Like that's how I look at protein powders, right? I eat protein-based diet, right? I try to get protein in every meal or whatever. And I use a protein powder to supplement my high protein diet. It gets me over the edge. It helps me hit my target.
Of course.
But I don't drink protein powder all day long so that I can eat French fries all day.
Yes.
And just get my carbs. Oh, I just like carbs. I want rice, pasta, French fries. But I still get my protein in because I just drink protein shakes all day.
It's true.
That's not what supplements are made for.
No.
So, and if you use them correctly, you actually don't need to spend as much money on them. Because like I said, I think BCAAs are a waste because I eat enough protein. Might it be a good thing to have in your cabinet though? Because maybe every Saturday, you kind of splurge a little and you don't hit your protein goal. That's a good day to take your BCAAs. So your BCAAs are going to last you a few months because you're only going to take it once a week, or a day that you fall short on your protein. It's going to help supplement.
Yeah.
Supplement. It's not going to take over for.
No.
And I think that's the thing. You know, that's really the thing to consider.
And you know, it's another one that a lot of people swear by and love taking, and they feel like they need it. Vitamin D.
They do, though. You need vitamin D.
But if you live in a place like we live in California with a lot of sun, I don't take vitamin D.
Yeah, but sometimes you don't have a deficiency.
Yes.
One thing I wouldn't say it's not going to hurt to take vitamin D, because the problem is, if you don't know you have a deficiency and you become deficient in vitamin D, that's a problem, because some people they don't absorb vitamin D like some. So some people have to take, not only do they have to take vitamin D, they have to take some ungodly high IU, like 10,000 IU, in order to even get enough. And that's someone who's in the sun every day.
Also, there's some people, some outliers that need to absorb.
Vitamin D is a supplement that I say is essential if you need it. But you have to know if you need it or not. Some people just don't know. That's like more of a micronutrient. I don't really look at it like supplement, but it is. I mean, it is a supplement. But
Gotcha.
you have to make sure that you don't have a deficiency. And how do you do that? By being on top of your health, getting your blood work done. You would know because we get our blood work
We get
done.
our blood work done, so we would know, yeah.
Transcend is on top. Listen, Transcend is on top of everything. I have a general doctor, obviously, as well, but Transcend is more on top of my health than my general doctor.
Big time.
For sure. For sure. That's why it's, again, but a lot of people say, oh, it's so expensive. Well, take a look at what you spend money on and prioritize what means the most to you. At the end of the day, what, to me, at the top of the list is living a long, healthy, happy life. So the things that don't directly impact me living a long, healthy, happy life, they fall down to the bottom. I mean, that's probably why we recently just threw all our designer shit in boxes and shipped it off to be sold, because it was doing me no good.
No.
It's not helping me live a long, happy life.
Not at all. Just material items.
A nice pair of good supportive tennis shoes, my walking, my water bottle, those things like those, help me.
Essentials.
My HRT, my peptides, those are the things. They're high on that list. They're high on that list. So if you think that certain things are too expensive, they may be too expensive. I don't know what everyone's budget is, but I do challenge you to look where you're spending your money, because I see a lot of people complain that things are expensive or they don't have money for this, that, or the other. But then I see how much money they waste.
Waste all the time.
Because how, this is so bad, but how, people, they have their Venmo public. So on Venmo, you don't see how much they're sending people, but usually they do emojis so you could see. There's some people on their Venmos, I see their name pop up all day. And some of these people are people that complain they don't have a lot of money, or they're broke, or they're struggling. And I see Venmo every day for coffee. They're sending their friend for coffee and sushi and lunch and dinner and this and that. And I'm like, well, if you deleted the Venmo app off your phone and stop having to pay your friends money, you'd have a lot more money.
Or DoorDash.
You might have money for that HRT or DoorDash.
DoorDash.
That's another one.
People. And they lie about it. Oh, I don't spend them. Get rid of your DoorDash app. I don't have it. I deleted mine. I'm good. Don't need it.
So I do agree with you in terms of don't take supplements because you think you need them. Make sure you need them before you take them, because you might not need vitamin D. A lot of women, though, menopausal women need a supplement with vitamin D. They're not just simply not getting enough vitamin D. I do take vitamin D3K2.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. A lot of the ones that are overhyped, I'm going to just name off things I personally think are overhyped and shouldn't be relied on as a daily supplement. So I do feel like collagen is overhyped.
100%.
I feel like greens are overhyped.
Oh my goodness.
I think that greens, could they be a good in your regimen if you undereat veggies, or, if you have supplementing. So you stick them in your cabinet and you know what, I'm kind of low on veggies this week, I'm going to take some greens. Yeah, definitely. Do I think that you need to take it every day? Because remember, the minute that you incorporate something that you are now going to do every day, it increases your burn rate. Do you know what I mean by that? This is my corporate lingo talking. Your burn rate is the amount of money it takes just to live your lifestyle.
Yes.
If
your
you
overhead.
Do your overhead.
Pretty much.
So
yeah.
So I'm like, yeah, I like this cream that's $70 and I'll go through one jar a month. I like it. But is it worth increasing my monthly burn rate by $70 because I got to buy this every month? You don't just buy it one time. So I always think about that when I'm thinking am I willing to add this to my monthly overhead? And because things are only work if you're consistent with them, right? You don't just buy one bottle. Am I willing to add collagen to my monthly overhead? It's $100 a month, $3 a day. Nah, I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. I rather put that in my peptide jar. And when I have enough for a 3-month run on XYZ peptide, I'm going to go with that. Do you know what I mean? Or Botox or something like that. That's going to give me the immediate gratification.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to just continue to add things to my burn rate. So sometimes if I add one, I take something out. So I added recently the colostrum from One Up Nutrition, because colostrum is well studied, good supplement, and I believe in its benefits. Colostrum is a miracle. the colostrum, the what comes out before the milk to feed children, right? It's good for immunity, digestion. I believe in the benefits of it. So to me, personally, and I had this conversation with a client, out of all of like my powders, supplements, and things like that, I would strip everything out and do creatine, the Pure Rebuild, and the colostrum.
Facts. Creatine are for sure.
Those are the two that 100%. I would stick with.
Creatine is something you do feel once it start when you first start taking it.
Yeah, it's good, but again, it's not like gonna make you He-Man. It's not a miracle. But if you compare it to L-carnitine, BCAAs, other things, creatine is way higher up on its effectiveness in actually making a difference, and not just in your strength gains, but now they're saying a lot of things with like cognitive or whatever.
It's one of the most, if not the most studied.
And things
out there
are constantly changing, and there's always new things adding in. I'm just not going to continue to add things and increase my burn rate. So when I add something in, I have to think, okay, do I want to kind of double down on this one and go for it? Then what am I going to kind of like wean out? Because I'm not just going to continue to take 25 million things. And I can tell you, I take way more than I would if I had to pay for everything that I take. That's full transparency. So if I had to purchase everything that I take, the number one on my priority list is my HRT. Yes. I will sell my soul to the devil for my HRT.
Life-changing.
My HRT and my peptides. I just feel like they make a difference. I do. I feel like they make a difference. I feel like I look at pictures, I see a difference. I'm like, something that I'm doing is working. I feel like things are changing. I'm getting older, but I feel like, I had someone said like, hey, what did you do in the OC? Did you go get something done?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, but I did start my GHKCU injectable peptide, which is for anti-aging, fine lines, wrinkles. It's been a few months.
And the cream,
And
correct?
the cream. Two things I started new from Transcend that are supposed to make you appear more youthful. And then to be told, hey, did you get something done? I'm like, no.
And you see pictures of what you looked like before and you compare
And
now.
you kind of see the change already. Yeah. You see the difference. I'm like, okay, so yeah, that's in the yes bucket. But some of the things I've kind of let slide out, greens, I've tried to put them in and out here and there. I have some greens, but I just, I'll just try to eat veggies and handfuls of spinach, kale. I'm trying to be more mindful with my meals.
Yeah.
Fiber powder, at one point I was doing that. I'm like, no, I'm just going to eat my chia seeds, my raspberries. I'm going to get better about putting together my nutrition because supplements are meant to plug holes. It's my responsibility to have less holes to plug.
And let's be honest, we eat a lot of hero products, tortillas, breads, and all that, and they have a lot of fiber.
Yeah, yeah. So, BCAAs, no. Fat burners and all that gimmick stuff, no, and no.
No.
The detox teas, the metabolism boosters,
sweat belt, no. Don't wish you one of those sweat belts, sweet sweat, whatever it's called.
My top three. Besides, so colostrum's pretty new for me. But in terms of powders, I would say the colostrum and the Pure Rebuild, so the creatine. In terms of my pills that I take and I purchase, I don't, any of like pills that I take, we actually purchase, but I take magnesium. It's very important. I take my vitamin D3, K2. I take a Super B complex. I'm not sure I absolutely need. I don't think I'm B vitamin deficient, but I do take a Super B complex. But that could be on the chopping block. What's not on the chopping block? Fish oil, not on the chopping block. Magnesium, not on the chopping block. Vitamin D3 for me, not on the chopping block.
What about CoQ10?
It's on the chopping block probably, but I do feel like it has good benefits, and I pay for it, by the way. But if I needed to cut something out, might I cut out CoQ10? Yeah, because my cholesterol's good, and it's good for heart health or whatever. But maybe I would cut it out for now. Maybe restart it when I'm a little older.
Yeah.
It's a very expensive supplement, so it's on the chopping block. Yeah, probably for
fish oil for sure. You're right. Multivitamin we take. Vitamin C.
Vitamin C is on the chopping block for me. I've gone plenty of times in my life without taking it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I take it. But again, I feel like with a good, nutritious, colorful diet with fruits and vegetables, that's true. You're good.
And we do eat a lot of fruits.
Yeah. So here's the thing, guys. if you cook at home, eat a diet that's colorful, your plate looks colorful, fruits, veggies, not only are you going to save money because you're eating at home, you're going to save money because you don't need to plug as many holes in your nutrition. Right. Now, what I would say that's a good idea and something that is a good replacement for all those things like the CoQ10, the vitamin C, the zinc, all that, get a good multivitamin. Let the multivitamin kind of handle things that you might be missing in your diet, and then focus on get creatine for sure. And then some of the other things that are important to you that are you're targeting a very specific number. Like I'm targeting 500 milligrams of magnesium. I'm targeting vitamin D, but I still, if you take a multivitamin, it kind of plugs the holes. And most vitamins, if you do not need, what you are taking in, you'll just pee it out. There's some that you can overdose on, so you have to be careful. Like zinc is something that you do not, pee out. You can overdose on zinc. So you have to be careful not to have all these different products that have zinc in there because you can cause an issue. So you have to look into it. And listen, we're not doctors. This is not medical advice. We're just sharing. I'm sharing with you like a candid conversation of what, could potentially fall out of the rotation.
What we do, what works for us, or what we do, what we believe works for us.
Yeah. And I'm just, I understand that things are not financially feasible for a lot of people. So I always like to highlight the most important things. If you're a woman in menopause trying to gain and retain lean muscle, I think that a creatine product is absolutely essential. So, that I always tell my clients, if you can only afford one thing, creatine.
Yep.
Because everything else, the protein's great. I love One Up Nutrition protein powders. Love, love, love. But if I couldn't afford it, I would just make sure I'm eating. I would be going to Costco, getting the Costco rotisserie chickens, and because you can meal prep for a whole week with one of those, and it's super cheap. So there's ways to cut costs and still reach your goals.
So true.
And don't look to supplements to be like some miracle speedy, it's going to accelerate, and look for those buzzwords too. Reset, booster, accelerate. It's all bullshit. It's nothing.
Just hype. They're trying to hype it up.
There is still nothing. It was funny. Someone made like a kind of a rude comment on my YouTube, and which is unusual because I don't get a lot of rude comments on my YouTube, but she's like, you just look like that because you take all those peptides. And I'm like, listen, I love peptides and I love the things that I do. I still don't, there's no magic pill here. There is no genie in a bottle over here. There is nothing that I take or do that allows me to eat what I want and not gain weight.
Yes.
Nothing.
Nothing on
Nothing.
earth.
I would love to be able to eat anything I wanted and have a nice body. But there is nothing on the market. So if that makes you feel better, if you think that because I take some peptides that it's making life easy for me, it's not. I still have to watch what I eat and say no to things and not overeat. Like I like to say, not eat like an asshole. I have to do those things. I have to be, I have to keep a lid on it or I'll gain.
We got to work out. We got to get our steps in. We still got to be active. And people think it's just.
I don't know why it makes people feel good.
Men,
sometimes.
See, for men is like when you see a guy who's fit, jacked, looks good. The first thing I love to do is accuse him of steroids. Number one, they always like, dude. Even if he is taking some type of testosterone or he's doing something, you cannot outwork a diet. There's nothing on planet Earth that's going to get you like that. You still got to put in the work.
Yeah.
So go ahead, discount them so it makes your insecurity feel better. But no. So
like for me, what's the most important? It's like my stuff from Transcend. That's it's high priority for me. My essentials from One Up that I just I truly love is my Pure Rebuild. I have recently incorporated the hydration powder, which I think has been really good. I love that, but would I, if I needed to cut corners, would that be top on the list? No, but I do really enjoy my morning ritual right now, which is a scoop of colostrum and a scoop of the hydration powder. And I feel it's such a good way to start the day with a big tall glass of ice water instead of just diving right into caffeine.
Yeah.
And, I love my protein powders, obviously, from One Up Nutrition, but I don't have to have a protein powder. I can do without if I needed to.
I like my protein powder in the morning because I mix it with Fairlife milk, whisk it up, and I throw it in my coffee. And right off the rip, that's 30 grams into my coffee. That's a little hack that I did, Thanks to, who was it? I think it was Heather that mentioned she does. Like, why don't I do that? That's a good hack. 30 grams right off the rip. And it tastes good.
So the action item for you guys today is it's like a little budget. I want you to write out, analyze your spending, on the things. What is your burn rate? Figure out your burn rate on things that you do that you could break. I know, okay, I have a hair appointment, I get my nails done, and just create this list of all the things that you do on a regular basis. And then then prioritize that list in what's must, what's maybe, and what's on the chopping block. And see if you can eliminate some things that are not essential. They're not adding to you living a happy, healthy, long life. And either allocate that to something that's more weighted heavily, that you've been thinking that you can't afford, or simply just lower your burn rate so that you don't have so much stress.
Exactly.
And I think you'd be shocked. I recently did that even with, okay, let's take health and lifestyle off the table for a minute. We recently did this to our whole life. We sat and looked at all the apps and stupid freaking this app, Paramount Plus.
That's a whole nother, yes.
And we just started, I'm like, why don't we just cancel them and see how we do without them?
You don't need all those apps.
And you guys, you think you need them?
No.
And you don't need them.
No.
You realize you don't even have time to be looking at those apps.
You might want Hulu, Prime, and Netflix, and that's it. And that might be it. You don't need a bunch of other extra ones.
You don't. And guess what? Downgrade Hulu. You can watch a freaking commercial.
Yeah. Exactly.
Downgrade it.
Get over yourself.
Yeah. Watch the commercials.
Yep.
You'd be shocked. And then you know what? Maybe those things you can eliminate and add that up, and then look at that wish list that you created. So create this wish list of things that you think you can't afford. And put it in a bucket up here, and then you've got the things that you're going to start to eliminate, and see if you can accumulate enough things to get something off that wish list. Look at your Venmo history. How much are you spending on? How much are you giving friends? Share, dinner, drinks, coffee. It's funny because what I say to you, I say it a lot. I'm like, you know what? I'm just not going to leave the house, because why does leaving the house cost $300?
Yeah.
Every time we leave the house, it's $300.
Right.
It's oh shit, we got to get gas. Oh dang, we got to go to this store. And oh, we got to go here. If I would have just stayed my ass at home, I'd still have that $300, and I think I'd be okay.
True.
I'd make do without the extra, couple things from the grocery store, and my tank's a little low on gas. I'm not going anywhere anyway.
And a lot of times is don't keep buying groceries until you've eaten the ones that you've already bought.
Yeah.
People do that all the time. They keep stuffing their fridge. You haven't got through the food you got last week. So why do you keep adding more? And it's going to get bad. You burn a lot of money and you don't realize it.
You do, you guys. You burn a lot of money.
You're just burning it.
And you don't realize it. And supplements, a lot of people, they're just more likely. I always have felt in general that people are more likely to spend a bunch of money on supplements but not want to, someone won't. My Bold, Balanced, and Confident program, I think registration is open for round 19, or if not open, it's getting close to being open. It's under $200. And if you're on the wait list, it's even cheaper than that. You get a significant discount. People will be like, oh my gosh, that's a lot of money. It's 8 weeks.
8 weeks.
Tools, knowledge, education, nutrition, community, your macros, you learn so much. They'll oh my God. The same person that balks about the cost of the program will go and purchase a bunch of supplements.
Or
they'll be like, oh, do I need protein powder? Do I need a creatine? Do I need this? Do I need that? They'll buy 5 supplements. That's $300.
Or they'll go out to sushi and drinks and blow $200+ like it's nothing. Mm-hmm. Right, blow right through
no
it.
problem.
No problem.
But they're hemming and hawing over an 8-week program that is, so you have to kind of put things in perspective. And it's because you're not looking at it. It's not visual. That's why I do recommend creating some sort of a list or chart for yourself, and you'd be surprised. You can make more things work than you think if you stop the bleeds. You got to stop the bleeds. And for a lot of you, the bleeds are in supplementation. And I'm a hypocrite because I promote supplements. I love One Up Nutrition. I love my supplements that I take. I love my supplement routine. But there are things in my supplement routine that are on the chopping block.
Yep.
And that's real talk.
Real talk.
All right, you guys. So next week we're shifting from supplements to something even more important, your health from the inside out. Breaking down midlife healthcare checks that every woman should stay on top of, from hormones to heart health, bone density, and more. Think of this as your midlife medical checklist. You do not want to miss it. See you on the next one.
See ya.